Hey everyone, it's Bethany here. And so I have to tell you, for most of my blogs, when I go on for the video, I have somewhat of an idea what I'm gonna say. And today is not like that at all. So I'm just gonna wing it because the subject of today, I don't think it can be improvised or scripted or anything. And what I really want to talk about is how important a role is that a wedding photographer has. It goes far beyond just being a photographer. And you can read some of the situations I listed about below, but when I go to a wedding, I'm more than just a photographer. I can be that person's confidant. I can be, a voice that speaks for them when they feel like they're not getting their word in edgewise. I've done so many things like, fix centerpieces, and I've given advice, and I've helped carry chairs when they didn't have enough people to set up. And I really do think that this is what a photographer should do, especially a wedding photographer. Hopefully, and more than likely, you've built a relationship with your brides and grooms before the wedding day even gets close. And so you have a responsibility as a wedding photographer to really dive into that trust and that relationship, because you're in such a special, unique position where you're not a family or friend. So your brides and grooms aren't trying to please you, but you've also have this relationship that you've built with them. So they trust you, they trust your advice, they trust your judgment, and they trust you to be there for them. And honestly, that role, that balancing act between friend and, and client, really the bride and groom's client, it's such a special relationship, and it's something that no one else at that place has. And so it's really your responsibility to hone in on that. And whatever your brides need, whatever your grooms need, you should be there for them. It's more than just, yes, these are the people who are putting food on your table. These are the people who are helping pay your bills. But more than that, it's really just being a good person at the end of the day. And I hate when people say, that's not my job, or that's not in my job description. Who cares? Be a good person. You've built this trust up with these clients, so you should own that. You should try to live up to that as much as possible. So the next time you're photographing a wedding, remember you're more than just the person who takes photos. These people are looking to you for sound advice. They're looking to you for comfort. It's a very stressful day for them, They may be freaking out. You can easily be the person to just remind them to breathe. Remind them it's going to be okay. Remind them to have fun. Whatever they need, you should be that for them. So this is just a little bit of what I had on my mind today, and I'd love to hear from you photographers about some of the things that you've done at a wedding that may be outside of the scope of your photography role. One of my favorite things is that at a wedding they didn't have a garter to toss, and so myself and the event planner actually made one out of table centerpieces at the very last minute, and it was so much fun. But you know what? That was one thing they needed, and the bride and groom didn't have to stress about it. So photographers, what are some things that you've done that may be unique and outside of your role of photographer? I'd love to hear it, and I can't wait for you guys to tune in on my next vlog. Bye.